All right.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you guys how to use the PockeX, how to fill, clean, and a little facts about the PockeX here, okay? This is a product that we stand by a lot. We love this product. We literally get no returns, no complaints, literally no complaints here. People in fact come back and buy this multiple times because they love this product so much. So I'm going to show you guys how to change your coils right now and also fill up the juice, okay? So come on in a little bit closer. First thing first, you want to make sure this device is off by pressing it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's going to blink, and how you know is off is if you press the button and there's no light currently, okay? So make sure that is off. Now we're going to hold the top part, which is the tank, and then unscrew the top here, okay? That's how you're going to take the coil off, as well as changing the coil by twisting it off the top. That's it, okay? Now there's one thing to keep in mind, something we kind of catch happening as an error here. Sometimes when you're screwing the new coil back on, just make sure that you don't see, that you have to press on it, so that way the threading will catch. Tighten it up, okay? Making sure there's no gaps here, okay?
Sometimes people get the coil mixed up from which side it gets screwed into.
Correct. Here you go. Another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Kendo. Another thing is, you see the hose up here? You see how down here is solid? This is gonna be going towards the bottom where the connection is. The top where the hole is where the vapor travels through to your mouth. All right? So that's how you're gonna distinguish. Now, actually, I'm gonna change something. I'm gonna pivot and change right now. What I would do is, number one, when you take the tank and the coil apart, fill the juice in the tank. There's a solid line in the middle right here that says max. You're only gonna fill the juice up to the halfway of the tank where it says half. All the sleeves, all the tanks will say that. Okay, so only fill the juice halfway. And then you're gonna put the brand new coil in first. And I'm gonna explain why in a second here. Make sure it's as tight as possible with your fingers first. Then you're gonna put the top back on, and then hold the sleeve and crank it down. I'll explain why it's important to put the coil in first, not onto the cap first, okay? Because if you some people tighten up the top too much. When they go down and crank it down, the bottom of the post doesn't quite touch the bottom of the threading, the way in the bottom, okay? It needs to make physical touch contact. That's why I recommend putting the coil onto the tank, then the cap goes on last, all right? That's how you're gonna ensure you're always gonna get a good hit, and making sure that there's contact between the bottom plate. Okay. Now you can put it on while the bottom has liquids. We haven't really had firing problems or engaging problems, so I think it's okay. All right. There's 2 types of coils that this tank uses here. You might see on the internet floating around somewhere. It might say 0.6 or 1.2. Okay, 0.6 looks like this here. You'll see a 0.6 on the box. And there's another box here that says, on the top here, has an orange label that says 1.2. Now that right there, these 2 coils are complete different power bands, different power settings, different power wattages, okay? For someone that is using a 1.2, it generally is a lot less vapor, which indicates a lot less nicotine, a lot less content of anything that's coming out. So that means the vape that you blow out when you're using a 1.2 coil is gonna be a lot less vapor, okay? Some people could use 1.2s with nicotine salts, okay? Because it's a lowered powered coil, okay? Now, the 0.6 is designed for a lot more vapor, which means a lot more nicotine, which means you do not want to put nicotine salts in there. If you're not sure what nicotine salt means, it's a concentrated form of nicotine that's designed for little devices like this here. Let's give them like a 5-second pan. Little devices like this here, because they're low power devices. So those are designed for nicotine salts because it's low power with high concentration nicotine, versus this guy here can actually function both high power and low power. However, if you're using the high power, do not accidentally put any sort of nicotine salt in there, no matter the concentration. Whether someone said this is a low nicotine salt base, I don't care. I mean, I don't care. You guys can try it, but be really careful. I warned you guys there, because you might just turn
RIP.
Yeah, you might just turn white and just hit the floor. You might even faint, okay? Because it's just too much. You might throw up for like a solid 2 hours. So this concludes the nicotine, the PockeX Aspire. It comes in many different colors. You can show them right here in the front of the case. It comes in a rainbow color, a black color, a blue, a soft pink, a white, and also the stainless steel that I was using to demonstrate in this video here, okay? I think that's a wrap. If you guys have any questions, leave your comments below. If you also have questions and is a little more urgent, you can call the Vape support line below here. If you like this video or found it informative, please share it and like the video. If you want to stay up to date with current products and the newest product, subscribe to our channel. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.